Christ ist erstanden, Christ is risen. Clearly a chorale that illustrates Easter, part of a bigger collection of Easter chorales in Bach's Orgelbüchlein. And this chorale is based on an ancient melody that sounds as follows. Etc. It's a piece of Gregorian chant originating to probably the 11th century, and it's called Victimae Paschali Laudis. That's a text written by a certain Wipo from Burgundy, and the text illustrates the mystery of Easter. Life conquering death, Christians dedicate your songs of praise to the victim of Easter, etc., etc. And clearly the second line of this Gregorian chant served as the basis for this Lutheran chorale, Christ ist erstanden. And this rustic, primitive quality of the original plain chant is somehow still preserved in the Lutheran chorale, also in the text of the chorale, and I think also in Bach's setting of it. Let's read the Lutheran text. Christ ist erstanden von den Marter alle, des sollen wir alle froh sein. Christ will unser Trost sein. Christ is risen from all his torments. We should all be joyful at this. A very plain and simple way of giving words to this mystery. And Bach uses just one little motive, combined of two voices, which accompanies the choral melody. The choral melody, of course, sounds in the soprano, as Bach usually does in the Orgelbüchlein, and the lower voices make a beautiful texture out of just this one strong, powerful, robust motive. That's the first verse of this chorale. This chorale has 3 verses, which is a unique instance in the Orgelbüchlein. And in the second verse, things develop a little bit. Bach makes a richer texture, and also the text gives a little bit more details. If Christ were not risen, then the world would be lost. Since he is risen, we praise the Father of Jesus Christ. Bach gives more notes to the accompanying motives. Makes a very rich texture in which also rather funky little moments appear. Tiny festive motives. And this all culminates in the third verse, which is an Alleluia verse. The text reads, Alleluia, Alleluia, Alleluia. We should all be joyful at this. Christ wants to be a consolation. Lord, have mercy. And Bach, I think he puts the word Alleluia in the accompanying voices. If you listen to the motives that he chooses there, you could imagine a choir of angels or humans or both at the same time singing Alleluia, 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 Alleluia. And on top of this, in the soprano, the beautiful, rustic, primitive choral melody still sounds. Illustrate his wonderful 3 verses, I make a little build-up. I start with this pleno, and then for the second verse I add this mixture on the Oberwerk to give more brilliance, and then to add the last bit of power I add a trumpet in the last Alleluia verse. And I hope that is enough glory for the Lord. Well, it can never be enough, I think.
Thank you for being part of the Orgelbüchlein project. This is more than music. It's a message of deep human emotions, from sorrow to joy, and a shared hope for a better future.
At the Conscious Foundation, we believe everyone deserves a peaceful home, and we think that music has the unique power to unite people in harmony. From the organ at St. Michael's Peace Church in Leuven, we bring this vision to life.
Through inclusive composition projects, regular concerts, and our annual Organ Marathon for Peace, we inspire connection and hope. One day, we dream of hundreds of organs worldwide joined together in a resounding call for peace.
Help us amplify this message by joining our Patreon community. Link in the description.